I'm on. What's up? We're live. Everybody wave.
Oh,
hey!
hello!
Hi, everyone. Sorry for that delay. I was waiting for something warm to drink and put into my mouth. But we're here. We're playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5e again today with Revenge of the Gith, and we're just going to go around the table like we normally do, and everyone's going to introduce themselves and their characters, starting, of course, with our wonderful Dungeon Master, Mr. Robbie Rowland.
Hello, I am Robbie Rowland. I'll be the GM for this evening. And my question is, if you all were demon lords with a thrall of cultists, your characters, I should say, not yourselves, what would your character's demon lord demand be from your cultists? What is the main way to give you, your character, homage?
Oh.
Hi, my name is Montana. I play Throck the Unsatisfied, a level 13 crocodilian Circle of the Moon druid with just a little bit of warlock. And I mean, it's pretty obvious. Barbecue, massive barbecues all the time in front of his where he stands, just so he could smell it and then have them serve him the barbecue all day.
Perfect.
And now that I'm hungry.
Same.
Hello, everyone. I'm Robin, and I'm playing Proserpina, the Tiefling Arcane Archer, and Oriel's most absent-minded alchemist. And I know this is once again going to be just as surprising as last week's, but the easiest way to give me worship, I mean, you gotta live deliciously and pet the goats.
Just anytime anyone pets a goat, the demon lord Proserpina becomes that much stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Oh, that's me.
It is.
Sorry, I'm already in my character's headspace. Hi, guys.
Headspace.
Hi, guys. I'm Sarah. I'll be playing Lowry, and if she was a demon lord, let's see, she already has a girlfriend. So she wouldn't demand that they find her cute mushroom girlfriend. You know, she would just do something that mildly inconveniences them so that they will always think about her, and she'd probably just demand they give her their left sock.
Or like you have to switch your shoes, like left foot on right foot.
Just nothing like too detrimental to your life, but just something just mildly inconvenient.
Amazing.
Hello, everybody. I am Obi. I will be playing Hong, who's your half-drow warden extraordinaire, and what he would demand of his cultist is simple and twofold. First, they must sacrifice their finest cocktails to him, that he might enjoy their deliciousness, and second, if you're not drinking, you're not worshiping, and you must always be worshiping.
Well then, hey everyone, my name is Val, this is my channel. Today I bring to you Anja Damasur, our half-drow blade singer. As if she was a demon lord and she needed her cultists to pay homage to her, she would definitely, without a doubt, demand that you house all of the garbage animals in your home. Your home must have possums. Your home must have raccoons. They must have skunks. They must have bats. They must have snakes, spiders, all of them. The menagerie of familiars. You must always treat these creatures with the utmost respect, as if they are gods.
Amazing. And what if the audience wants there to be a huge menagerie all over my game, our game,
a menagerie,
and the whole world of Oriel?
A menagerie of trash animals? Well, everyone, you can make this happen with bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies that you donate to the stream can give anyone you see here a reroll. Every time you subscribe to the channel or give subs to the channel, everyone you see here, you can give a nat 20 or a nat 1. And if you want to donate money, just straight up give us money. It is a sliding scale of what you can make happen. What would a menagerie of
I'm
street
flexible. Depends on how
wildlife?
large the menagerie.
Okay.
But Val, what if I don't want to do something that it always costs money? What if I want to dip my toes in interacting with the game? Is there something I could do for free to impact the game and what the
Yes.
party has?
Yes. You can follow my channel.
What?
Because we are
What a fact I did not know.
So close. We are so close, everyone, to 1,000. We are 62 followers away. We are at 938 followers. 62 followers away from 1K here on Twitch. It's taken almost 3.5 years to get here. Which also, by the way, happy 2-year anniversary to Revenge of the Gith.
Hey.
So we've been at this for 2 years, but Rob and I have been, at least. And yeah, if you subscribe, follow, because we're not on YouTube, and I get to that 1K during the next 10 or 11 weeks, which is about what we have left for this stream, a deck of many things will happen. So we have 10 or so weeks, 10 to 12, we'll say 10 to 12, because we're taking off next week, to get that to happen to us. So if you're not following, if your friends aren't following, get them to do that right now, or today, or tomorrow. It's fine. But yeah, that's it. That's all there is. That's what we're doing. Hey, Rob, make me stop talking. I'm gonna drink my hot chocolate.
Okay, and we are going to, with that, go back to the world of Aureal, which, as you may or may not know, was invaded by the Githyanki with their massive armada of astral planar ships. These like big floating semi-sci-fi looking guys. I imagine them as just like really similar to the like treasure planet ships, but with like some more psionic psychic stuff going on with them. And the party has been doing their level best to mitigate a lot of the Githyanki's presence across Aureal. However, they now found themselves employed by them, more specifically Vlakith, the super powerful lich leader of the Githyanki, and have found out that they've been tasked with getting a Nautilus, a very powerful interplanar ship made by the Mind Flayer Illithids in exchange for basically not war crimes. Now, in that endeavor, the party has found the Myconid colony, which supplies the Underdark with pretty much all its oxygen. And the Githyanki really want to destroy it so no one can live there anymore, and the party doesn't like that. So, to help defeat and stop this, they treaded into the abyss, the realm of chaos and demons and madness, to fight a very powerful demon, Sybarex, in its lair, in its domain, to steal a blade capable of cutting through injustice. The party, with some very close calls, managed to swipe the blade and get out of this thing's domain without losing anyone and without too many major permanent injuries. However, they now find themselves incapable of leaving the abyss until Lowry Moon, now two-headed, takes a nice long rest. So, you all are in a tiny hut, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Set that up right away. Yep. In the middle of a like blasted, warped landscape, covered in like battles, and is just ever so much, almost as if there's a mirage, but all over, ever so slightly shifting at all times.
Well, I'm just staying up.
What are you up to?
I'm just staying up. But also,
I'm gonna stay up and keep watch.
Then we'll see. Hung Huzi, you have in your possession what basically just looks like a rod of pure light. It doesn't have the shape of a blade currently.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like poking at it and kind of like look around. Is anybody else want to hold this? feels kind of off-brand.
Do you need
I
me
mean,
to hold
I
it?
think it's for angels, right? Angels are kind of cotton. You know what I mean?
Does it have a
I'm
sheath?
gonna say nope.
Okay. It's just all right.
It's right now it's like a tangible rod of light. It's not a blade. You could poke someone with it, I guess, but like that's it right now.
That's interesting.
And Throck goes out to reach for it from Honghuzi.
Yeah, sure. He's not gonna like fight over it.
Thorak, are you picturing any kind of weapon as you grab it?
I mean, I'm thinking like it's a rod, but like if it was bigger, it'd be a staff.
Okay. As I will say, Thorak grabs it, it kind of extends out to a like quarterstaff proportions.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
He like thinks of it as like a bow.
Nothing happens.
How'd you do that? Is that a Druid thing?
No. I thought of it kind of like a staff, you know, but like it's like a quarter of a staff.
Isn't that shorter? Like fourth?
Wait.
Oh.
You see, it's as Thorak thinks about it, it slowly shrinks just a little bit.
Is that why they're called quarterstaffs? Because they're just a fourth of a whole staff? Like, I thought a quarterstaff was a whole staff, but if that is that why they're called quarterstaffs?
Like and Hongo's actually like lights up a little bit and like, oh yeah, actually that's where the original name comes from.
Okay.
Originally staffs as we knew them used to be a lot longer, usually for walking, but quarterstaff, the idea was to make them a little bit more appropriate for self-defense, so you shrink them down. That way they're easier to handle.
Huh. That's really cool trivia that both Anja and Val didn't fucking know. Like, I thought it was kind of like quarter horse, because quarter horse could run a mile in like 25 minutes or something, like walk a mile in like 25 minutes or something. Or like get, I don't know what it means actually now that I think about it. Like, my motor skills aren't here today. Anyway, no, very interesting though. Okay, well, whatever it is, it's important. Call in with quarter horse specs.
It was shining before, right? It's still shining, right?
Oh yeah, it's still just made out of just light.
He thinks about it like shooting.
Nothing happens.
Nothing.
I will say you're not attuned to it as well. It just seemed to do that.
Hongo's gonna like squint like, can I come back for a second? Maybe I can figure something.
He hands
Yeah,
it
he's
back
gonna-
to him.
And he's gonna kind of focus on like the idea of like first like a great sword. Like, can he get it to?
Nothing happens as you think about a great sword.
Okay, and he's gonna like shift the report a little bit. Like, will it do a long sword?
As you think about a longsword, it slowly shrinks down and grows a blade. And while the handle is still just pure light, it is a fully sized longsword.
What? Okay, I think I half get it. To kind of change the form to some weapons, I guess. Like maybe there's like a weight limit, a size limit. He's gonna think about spear.
Into a spear.
He's gonna think about pike.
Does not turn into a pipe.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. I mean, you guys are here, trying out all kinds of things. You know, I could just touch you with my rod of knowledge and we could figure it out, right? I mean, it's fun watching you pass found the light rod. Like, I'm very amused right now, but I could just cast Identify.
Oh. Yeah, you see him like deflate a little bit. It just feels smart.
I mean, if you want to keep going, go right ahead. Like, feel like we could actually play a guessing game, maybe just to pass the time to see how it actually like what it is. Do we want to take bets? Is that what we're doing?
No, it's the thing you said is actually very smart. I mean, we probably shouldn't get too distracted with playing with it.
I wonder if I hold it, if I can think of two different things with my two heads and turn it into two things. Then you could have two swords.
I think that would work.
Give it to the mushroom girl.
And like, it's how much strong do it.
Wait, what are we thinking about?
Lumberjack.
You think of a dagger, I'll think of a spear.
Okay. And I will say it kind of like turns into a spear and then a dagger. It just like keeps moving between the spear and dagger.
This is neat.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get out my wand of knowledge and cast Identify.
So, this blade, it has a +3 to hit and damage and counts both as a magical weapon and adamantine for anything that matters for that. After any short or long rest, once it is attuned, it takes the form of any one-handed melee weapon designated by the creature attuned to it. Right now, it's not attuned, so it kind of
It kind of switches. Okay, so if you attune to it,
that's not it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's more.
Okay,
Oh, this is an artifact.
Yeah.
Once per day, you may cast one of these 3 spells at a DC 16. Hunter's Mark, Mind Spike, or Hold Monster with the blade. And 4 times a day, you may cast the Warding Bond spell with the blade. It does not count as a concentration spell for you, as technically like the blade concentrates for it. However, the spell will only last 1d6 + 1 rounds when cast this way. The final ability is that you gain access to the Divine Intervention Cleric class feature. If the sword deems a successful use of the Divine Interventions ability not selfless or to right an injustice, which will basically be on a case-to-case basis, the wielder loses the ability to use this feature for all time. Ooh. You may, when you use this feature, give any 2 points from your stats to instantly act as though you rolled a 1 on the D100. If you do so, you cannot use the ability for 30 days as it recharges.
Okay.
So basically, you have the person wielding the blade has divine intervention, but they can also give a part of themselves, 2 of their stat points, to succeed automatically on a divine intervention. And it obviously requires attunement. This is an artifact, y'all.
So, clarifications. You said that the staff is as concentration on itself.
So when you cast the Warding Bond spell with it, which you can do 4 times a day, it doesn't count as a concentration spell for you.
Okay.
As the sword or blade or whatever shape it is concentrates, but it only lasts for 1d6 + 1 rounds.
Okay. The other thing, just because, does that also count for Hunter's Mark? Because there's no save for Hunter's Mark. You have to concentrate on
the 3 spells are just, you can cast one of those 3 during the day, and that's just a normal spell. It just kind of gives you a free spell slot, kind of.
Okay, for one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
None of, and you can't what level is it casted at?
It just casts at the base level.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
The other question is, for the Divine Intervention, because I'm looking Cecil, as the sexual use of this ability, not selfless act, or not to right an injustice. Okay, so does that mean that you really can't ask for divine intervention from an evil god? with this
Oh,
sword?
it's not divine intervention from any god. It's from the blade.
From the blade.
Yeah,
Oh.
the blade can divinely intervene.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, and thus if
And thus, if
judges
it's
you-
unhappy with what it intervened in, it will cut that off.
Cut that off. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Hashtag
Anja
painful.
is gonna relay all of that to everyone. And it's gonna be like, especially
It's almost
looking.
like you had to go to the abyss and fight a very powerful demon to get this sword.
I
blade
know.
item artifact.
Okay. So I don't trust myself with this because I'm selfish. I will fully admit to my faults. I am trying to be better at it. Because that was the other question. So when you attune to it, does it become a weapon that you're proficient in? Like, are you proficient with it?
It just becomes the weapon. You would have to
Okay.
be proficient in the weapon
Okay, cool,
it turns
cool.
into. But
Gotcha. Cool. That's what-
presumably you would
Yeah.
choose a weapon you're proficient in.
obviously. Okay.
Listen, you have given us the ability to do 3 challenge runs. What kind of gamers do you think we are to not take that up?
Okay. This is okay, and I'm just like look over at my friends and be like, who wants it?
I think Proserpina should have it.
Me? Are you sure?
After hearing Anja read that, say that, it makes the most sense. Out of all of us, you would probably do the most selfless thing.
That's very selfless of you, Throck.
But if it's like divine and stuff, and I just do.
I don't think the sword is racist.
No, I think it's. I think what I kind of got was that when it's the divine that's intervening is the sword.
Yeah, I don't think
No.
it's gonna have. If it didn't like tieflings, I think I would have figured that out. I mean, if you're not comfortable with it, Proserpina, we can figure it out.
I mean, if it's what y'all think is best, I'll do it. But just I don't know. It's just. I mean, I'm not much of a sword person, but
You could turn
I
it
can use
into
it.
you could turn it into a bow.
Has to be a melee weapon.
Oh, it has to be a melee weapon. Okay,
Yeah. It's a blade.
gotcha.
so I mean, I'll try if y'all are really sure.
You
Only
could make
if-
it a thrown weapon, but
Yeah, only if you're really sure.
I mean, I'll try.
Here's the thing: if you don't like it or it doesn't work out, you just unattune and you just pass it along.
Okay.
Maybe we can take turns.
That actually sounds like part of me out of character. Yes, we can take turns.
Okay, we can take turns. Like,
I think like off the side, like, should I be jealous?
okay. So Proserpina is going to be attuned to the blade. Are y'all just gonna try and take a short rest, basically?
I think we need to take a long rest for Lowry to get her spells back.
Correct. Are you
Yeah.
just gonna begin the process then?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Anja
I will say,
is
if you get an hour into the long rest, I will count that as a short rest.
okay.
Thank you.
Did you say F?
Yes.
That's why I said thank you. We can get. You can't take it back now.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mr. Sword. How you doing?
It glows.
All right, for
Maybe
the
if
rest
you
of
tell
us.
it a bunch of nice stories, it'll
Okay.
work better.
So then I go through telling you
Bedtime
stories.
stories.
Oh yeah, tell a bedtime story.
Okay. I'll go through telling all the bedtime stories my mama told me, and then I talk about all of the farm animals we had, the goats and the chickens, the cows and the horses, and the deer in the woods outside of our farm, and
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like at least one of the Lowry heads does not even make it through the first one. The new one.
original Lowry head falls asleep.
Yeah, and the new one just like watches, super like leaning on one of the arms. Amazing. All right. So this is a realm of chaos. So who wants to roll the first luck roll to see what's going on in the abyss around you?
I'll do it.
It'd just be a straight up D20.
Yep, I'm gonna use Anja's D20. I can't read most of my text right now on my computer, so we're doing dice. Straight up D20, that is a 17.
Great.
Mhm.
Yeah, so for the first bit of your rest, you can hear in the far, far distance through the hut what sounds to be the clash of battle. And you can hear like guttural, bestial screams and war cries, but eventually it gets more distant and distant until you can no longer hear it. You all have successfully rested for an hour.
All right.
Go ahead and give yourselves a short rest. Proserpina, you, if you wish, can successfully have just attuned to the blade. What form would you like it to take?
I'm used to curved blades, so I'll go with a scimitar.
Great. So it has the statistics of a scimitar with obviously all of the pillar of text in the chat for you. Great. All right. And I will say, as you attune to it, you can feel like this power kind of moving through you, but it doesn't feel sentient or you can feel like the blade has like some sense of self, but it's different from being sentient. Like it basically can like understand the requests being made upon it, but it's not anything more than that.
Alrighty.
All right. And then of course, get back all you things you get on short rest.
Right.
Like
I get my
blade songs. And
I don't get my
spells.
blade song back. Blade song's now, because I traded it for the new Tasha stuff, I get more of them, but I have to do them on long rest.
Gotcha.
But I do get back my map.
Some of your spells.
My spell stuff. My arcane
Right.
recovery. Yep.
12 hit dice, Rob. That's what you took from me.
And my hit dice, of course. Like, just hit dice. We're all just like, yes. Some of us are probably snacking on butter.
Amazing. Okay. Are we all good here? Everyone short rested up?
These I have resolved.
Okay. Who wants to be next and roll 1d20?
So I can go up to a 6.
I'll do it.
Okay. Thank you, Montana. 18. Okay. Maybe Lady Luck favors the group of you. Again, you go through another hour. Not too much going on in your vicinity. You don't even hear the sounds of battle kind of keeping you all up. Who's next?
I'll go.
Great.
Nope.
9. So as the third hour starts to roll along, you all feel a rumbling all around the tiny hut as the landscape all around you begins to
Time to go, guys.
reshape and move. So like you're in a tiny hut, so you're gonna move with the landscape unless you all want to leave it.
Can I stick my head?
I mean, it's
I think
transparent.
let's-
You can see outside of it.
You can see outside. Yeah.
Basically, what this looks like, imagine when you roll up a blanket and it kind of like comes in on itself. Imagine that, but a landscape is doing that. Is it like it's folding in up on itself and shifting? So, do you all want to stay in the hut? Or you leave the hut? What's the plan?
I'm trying to understand the concept. Like, is it like we're riding a wave going somewhere, or is it closing in on us? Okay.
So you all are on like the far end of a blanket, and somebody's rolling up the other end.
Okay.
So you're being dragged along by the end of the blanket.
Okay.
In this little tiny hut.
Do we see an edge of the blanket?
I mean, it's like this is like the horizon is literally like moving in on itself. Not.
Can I pop Daisy out and have Daisy go forward and investigate?
Yeah. Make a stealth check. Make sure nothing sees Daisy and tries to snap.
Yep. I'm gonna look at Bat real quick.
I'll give Daisy advantage though, because very small scale in comparison to what demons hunt.
Her stealth is a +2. All right, that'll be a 15.
Okay. Okay. So as Daisy begins to fly out and you put your vision into her, you see another, like in the pretty far distance, what seems to be basically another large section that probably belongs to another powerful demon, and that the landscape is basically all kind of crunching in towards that demon as it expands. So it looks like basically all the landscape of the abyss is becoming slightly closer to that thing's domain.
Okay.
Because they probably just did a power play or something.
Yeah. So
I will say you can roll me an intelligence check here.
Yeah. Oh man, like, listen, I say I'm good at these, and then, well, we saw how that went last week. It's a 5.
Yeah, there's no. Did you roll a 1? There's no clear indication of how long this will go on, so it's unclear whether you all will be swept into this thing's domain or outside of it at the current moment.
Ooh, 1. How many miles per hour are we moving?
Not it's pretty slow.
It's slow. Yeah. And I actually know the direction from whence we came and how we got here because I needed that for teleport. Yeah. Will it intercept at any point?
You're being pulled away from where you came.
We're being pulled away from where we came. Yep. Okay.
To another demon's domain.
So there's no interception from where we're at. I'm like, all right, y'all. If this was pulling us into like a direction we wanted to go, I'd say we just ride it out, but it's not. So let's get back to trekking towards whence we came. Not towards the other demon's domain, of course, but maybe just up the road a little bit and try this again. I'm gonna look over at Throck and be like, could you just carry Lowry so she can continue to rest?
There's just 2 snoring heads.
I like the idea that they're just leaning on each other.
She's a heavy sleeper too. She doesn't know anything's going on.
Also, Thork, if you answered, you were muted.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, like here's a blanket to kind of tuck her in. Like, we need to take care of this druid, please. Like,
great.
Rob?
Yeah.
Would I know if I could carry anything when I cast Windwalk?
So everything on you would turn into wind, but another entity you would have to turn into a separate thing of wind. So you can't
But could I carry her
as wind?
If I turned all of us into wind,
you would be a gas.
could I like
You would-
absorb her into my gas cloud?
You could certainly fly around her, but you couldn't pick up another.
Okay,
Like,
what if
Fair.
Mhm,
he takes the blanket
mhm.
and turns it into a little backpack for Lowry to sit in, then she's technically being worn.
It's another it's objects that are worn or carried, unfortunately.
Okay.
So the blanket backpack would also turn into wind, unfortunately.
So,
I tried.
if that
so-
doesn't work, I could just carry her with telekinesis. Like,
That's
if
also
we
true.
really need to, yeah. It's up to you, Throck. That does require concentration, and it only lasts
An hour.
An hour. No,
I think.
Well,
it's
Or it's a
10.
minute.
It's
Walk lasts
10.
for
It's
8 hours.
it's 10 minutes, so
Got it.
it would only last for 10 minutes.
I would also be using I have no more 6th level spell slots, so I'd have to use a 7th level spell slot to do that.
Mm.
But, you know, that's
It's bigger.
whether we want defense. I feel like Windwalk is probably the best choice, but do you have Tensor's floating disc?
No.
No.
No. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Big brain move here. Big brain move here.
So excited.
Like, as we're, like, walking.
Oh wait, so you've already started walking
I think,
into the
yeah.
abyss?
Oh, okay.
What?
No, we're not gonna walk yet. Hold on. Big
Okay.
brain move. Big
Okay,
brain.
yeah.
I
If
haven't.
you leave the hut, I need to know because things
Okay.
need to happen.
Big brain
Yeah,
move.
it also takes a minute to cast Windwalk.
Correct.
Mhm.
So I need to be inside the hut to do that and cast
Okay.
all of us before we head out.
Here's my big brain move.
Mhm.
Lowry, do you know... I'm the only one who has sending. That's okay.
I'm not sure sending works across plane.
Yeah. Unless I banish someone to the original plane.
Also, sending does work between planes. There's just a
Yeah.
1 in 20 chance that it
Okay,
fails.
okay.
Yeah. Like, there is, like, big brain move. If I can... Does anyone else have sending except for me? Okay, no.
No.
Alright. Lowry, you wouldn't happen to have plane shift spell scrolls in your home, would you? Or your mentor? Or can your mentor cast plane shift?
Rob, can my mentor cast my shit?
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Okay.
maybe not twice a day. You're not exactly sure on that, but like,
I don't know if
He's
she's
de-
that powerful.
she's definitely more powerful than you.
Yeah.
So like,
Does anyone have a bag of holding?
I was gonna say that because
You could stick Lowry in a bag of holding for 10 minutes.
if you're
Uh,
gas. She wouldn't be able to breathe. That's how.
yeah.
Yeah, bag of holding.
Breathing creatures inside the bag can survive to a number of minutes equal to 10 divided by the number of creatures in the bag.
Oh.
Yes.
Yep.
So
So
10
you
minutes.
could you could just stick a sleeping Lowry in the bag. She's got enough air for 10 minutes.
But it still would just only be 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just pull her head out.
And I
Let her
think
breathe.
I
Stick
think
her back in.
I think the practical problem with banishing Lowry back and then trying to pick up that way is like that's gonna like net that's still a lot of spells because we're gonna have to get somebody to come back and pick us up. And if it's a hag, I mean we're
Well, that's what
paying
I'm
both ways.
saying. If there's a spell scroll and I send to the hag, if your mentor, if I can send to her, have her prepared, like prepare a spell scroll for us, like if she has one, banish you. She gives you the scroll, and wait for the spell to end, and you just come back when my spell ends.
I mean,
Can we afford that?
you can try it, but she's probably going to require a deal.
Yeah, I get that.
She likes me, but there is a limit.
Yeah, I understand. Oh God.
Rob,
Yes.
when you're in gaseous form,
Uh huh.
do you breathe?
I see you. I see you.
Everyone's having some big brain moves today. Like,
Because you can
Mm.
revert out of the gaseous form, so I can turn
Right.
everyone into gas, and then Anja can turn herself out of gas, put Lowry into the bag. Lowry
Mhm.
stays as the gaseous form, and we just travel for 8 hours.
Let me read the wording of the spell because I love this idea. As
I
a
love the idea that she's
concept,
asleep the whole time this is being debated.
yes.
just
If we
on.
had a bottle, we could just put her in a bottle and someone could carry her in gaseous form.
Oh, I have empty
I'm
bottles.
a genie in a
So
bottle.
gaseous form. Period.
Yeah, I have an empty bottle, potion bottle that I could carry her in.
This is the real. This is the real.
Like at first,
stuff.
obviously heard like empty bottle and like instantly produced like a vodka bottle. Like, oh, not that's not.
So many big brain moves. I'm so excited.
You know what? This is so clever that I'm gonna say that if Lowry ever reverted or you lost concentration, that'd be very bad. But in the gaseous form, you don't need to breathe.
Bring up a good point, Rob. That is that is a very good point.
If
Yes.
that's the case, it might be
Or
safe
it's not.
for.
It's actually not concentration. But if you fell unconscious at any point, the spell would end, and that would be very bad. But
Oh, it's not concentration.
it's not
Wow.
concentration.
You
surprisingly
fall
enough.
unconscious.
Okay.
Give you guys permission to put my sleeping character in a bag of holding his. Do whatever we need to.
I mean, it's a pretty safe bet. We'll also be traveling through, 60 feet per round, so.
Windwalk? Are we thinking of the same spell? Because
yeah.
in Windwalk, you have a flying speed of 300
right.
feet.
Yes. But why does it say? Oh, descend. Sorry.
Yeah, that's if the spell ends.
Yeah.
So you'd be flying.
Oh. But it does take a minute for it to come out. Does that even mean when they get knocked out of it?
No, it's like any other spell. If like the spell ended prematurely or whatever, you would just drop out.
Okay.
If that's the case, I think it's better for her to be inside the bag of holding, just because there's at least 10 minutes that she can have in there that we can get her out if something happens to Throck, whereas if she was in a bottle, she could
That'd be bad, yeah.
she could seriously get hurt. Yeah. I don't have something prepared anyway.
Okay.
I realized.
All right. So I guess is that
Okay,
the
so
plan?
just to be absolutely certain, are we going with every? Are we going with every? Or are we going with like we're going to cast? No, it can't be everybody because somebody has to get her in the. Somebody has to get her in the bag. So
one of
who's
us
out, who's
one
in?
of us is not going to be gaseous.
No, you can revert back. It just
Oh, I
takes
can
a
revert
minute.
back? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a minute to drop out, and then you can also
And then a
revert
minute
back
and then
to
a minute
cloud form
to
for a minute.
go in. Okay.
It just you can't do it in combat basically, but out of combat,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, out of
boop, boop, boop,
combat.
boop, boop.
Yeah, if y'all want me to here's the thing. Like, Anja can probably get away the best because she has the spells to move. Like, she's got haste, she has thunderstep. Like, if something comes after her, like she has mislead. She has hold monster. Like,
I think you don't have to go that far. I think instead, like everybody's. If this goes off without a hitch, everybody is going to spend as much time in gaseous form as possible. basically
Right.
because that lets us like escape most efficiently, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
But like when it comes to switching back and forth to get Lowry in, that's on you because you are the best equipped to improvise if things go sideways.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, definitely. With especially since I literally only did not recover my 7th level spell slot for this. So, which also kind of sucks because we could have had a mansion and we would have been fine. Like, you can't find us in the mansion.
That assumes a very large
Yeah.
demon would not have found a mansion extremely
True.
interesting.
But nothing can actually come inside my mansion without my permission.
Demon
Yeah.
They would
cracks
have to
fingers
dispel it.
menacing.
Yeah.
Demon cracks fingers menacing.
But yeah, so that's that being said, that sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Let's do it inside the hut. So that way, because as long as I'm inside the hut, it's gonna stay up. So by the time I leave the hut, I will be a gaseous form.
This is gonna be a fun thing for Lowry to wake up in.
All right, Throck, and like I'm just gonna look at Throck. Your big brain move is better than mine.
Okay. Throck starts taking a breath in, and it just keeps going, and your form slowly starts evaporating.
And then
For about a minute.
yeah, and then I will take the minute to recoalesce. I will the mist that is Lowry. I will take whoever has the bag of holding should have given it to me first. Who has the bag of holding?
Pretty sure you have a bag of holding.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's you. that has
It's
it.
me. I have
I'm pretty sure you have a bag of holding. I'm pretty sure.
I think Amara had it. We can say that she gave it to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guess what I'm putting on my character sheet now?
There you go.
Bag of holding. Okay.
Great.
And I will do, to the best of my ability, only scoop up Lowry with the bag. Just close it, wear it, take the minute, and I'm gas again. And it's like, all right, everyone, let's go.
And so basically, you know that you have to you're 5 hours before Lowry gets a full night's sleep. So is the plan to just fly 600 feet around for 5 hours?
That is absolutely the plan.
That is absolutely the plan.
Cool. Yeah.
Fly
love it.
around, away from anything big or small. Anything at all, really.
I love all of this.
Me too.
So
I'm
weird.
a big fan.
It's the weirdest thing that's ever happened. I love it.
I'm going to say that something is only going to notice this basically on a natural one on your guys' rolls. Obviously, there's still 5 hours for something to happen. So who wants to do the 4th hour's roll here?
I think I haven't rolled yet, so let's do a me.
Just don't roll a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
I didn't do that.
Hey, that when you're not gas meant an encounter of some kind because lower was bad.
Can on these low rolls that we have encounters anyway, just for the flavor, can we see all of the things that we avoid?
Oh, for sure. You definitely see. So at one point you can see this basically looks like top half woman, bottom half snake with 4 arms and 4 gleaming magical blades skewer 4 demons at once and just grow a bit bigger as she does.
Stop! I can only get so horny, Rob. Stop!
And just scour.
Yeah. Calm down. Calm us down, Rob.
Scour the land for some more prey.
Oh, he's Lowry in the back now.
Some demons are real nasty.
Yeah, they are.
And some of us are too.
However, as the 4th hour comes to a close, I do need everyone except Lowry, because you're not technically in the abyss, to roll me a charisma saving throw.
Yes, sir.
extend your stay here. The higher the better here, folks.
Ooh, good.
Oh wait, wow, am I still rolling disadvantage? That's bad.
Let me just see.
Yeah.
Your first roll was a 5 anyway, so
19,
So, but it's the energy of everything.
yeah, of course.
22 on my end.
Great. Hey,
Mhm.
Throck and Obi,
Yeah.
could you roll me a
Trying to see if
D100? Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if I got a D
Natural 20?
Natural
You
20.
have
Yeah.
stuff. You definitely have stuff. Hold
Yeah.
on.
You have 2 nat 20s left.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll use one of those.
Great.
Okay.
Obi,
Mm-hmm.
do you think you could roll me? You do have a nat 20 if you want to use it.
I'm considering it, and I think I'm gonna do it out of having a look at the mutation table once, and I don't like it.
Okay, this wouldn't have been mutation. This would have been indefinite madness. So,
Cool.
as your presence here, you can feel as the world shifts around you. You can feel that slowly have an effect on your minds, right? Like this place is non-Euclidean in nature, and you can only stay in that kind of environment for so long before it has an effect on you, mortal creatures.
But technically, Lowry is in a pocket dimension,
Yeah,
so she's
that's why
fine.
she didn't have to roll. She's good. She's not in the abyss. She's in a pocket demiplane.
Yep.
She's already crazy. It's fine.
True. Amazing. Now
All
imagine,
right.
but also counterpoint. I do mourn for the alternate dimension where Lowry has 2 heads and like some crazy form of madness.
Oh, would she have to roll twice?
Yes, canon. Canon.
Boy. Dodged a bullet there.
Whew, amazing. So,
All right, hour 5, right?
hour 5.
I think Lowry's is up with the luck roll.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll laugh so hard if you roll a 1 and don't have to deal with the consequences.
That's a curse. That's a curse. I don't like that.
Did you roll a d20, Lowry?
It's a luck roll, Sarah. They were asking you to roll.
Sarah. Did you roll a d20? Yeah.
Sorry, my ADHD kicked in and I didn't
you're
hear
totally
anything
good.
that just happened.
Totally good.
Happens.
Just give me a straight up d20 roll.
It's a natural 1.
See? You see? You see what you did?
Whew. Okay.
All right.
Derek, can you roll me another d20
Oh!
for a flavor?
I don't wanna. I'm scared.
What in 25?
18.
Okay. So it's not going to be a worst case scenario. It's just going to be bad. Okay. So you all are just sailing through the abyss, like dodging and weaving around. Just at this point, you've seen upwards of tens of thousands of different kinds of demons, like whizzing past. Most of them are not very big and intimidating, but every so often you'll see like a Garistro, just like ramming into something and just decimating it. But there's a moment as you continue flying that out of nowhere you are all of a sudden in a patch of darkness that none of you can see through.
Okay.
What do you all want to do?
Moving forward is what Throck would do.
Hard,
Trying to go as straight as possible.
hard 90-degree turn, and keep going.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan. Hard 90-degree turn. Like we're not.
Hard
you know,
90.
Okay. So 3 of the group does a hard 90 and flies pretty quickly out of the darkness. Okay, great. So Throck, can you give me a charisma saving throw?
Okay.
Okay, very nice. However, well, we have some more fun things. So your AC is the same in wind form, and you have resistance to all damage. But what is your AC on shapeshifted?
14.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 hits. So that's going to be 8 points of slashing damage and 40, 12, okay. Go off. And 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As you fly through this darkness, there is a moment where 2 flashes of eye-shaped light pierce through you, and then this like basically large it imagine kind of like a Nosferatu vampire, but made like with completely black scales and large like bat wings the size of like a large person, just like flies through you and slashes claws and bites at you. What do you do, Throck, as you seem to have flown directly into a demon's domain?
Probably start going. Probably back the way he came, so we can see where he's.
Okay.
Where he's going.
Okay. I will also mention that the 3 of you fly out of the darkness, but only see 2 other wisps of air. You can't tell who is who, but you do see that somebody hasn't followed. So, Thruck, as you fly away, I need you to. How am I going to do this? I will say make a acrobatics check with advantage, as this thing tries to keep you in its domain to eat you. And I'm giving you advantage because you're wind.
Delicious air that's got a soul in it.
Yeah. So basically, and remember, this is the not worst case scenario, but basically, as you try to fly, the air around this thing coalesces into basically like a solid wall of shadow and blocks that immediate movement. I will say, if you want, you could take your action to try again and roll another check opposed with this thing. It also rolled a natural 19 versus that 11. So,
Yes, I would like to do that.
okay. You could also, if you would like, try other things with your action that wind could do. 6 is not going to do it. So that's going to be another round of attacks and another charisma saving throw from you, Throck.
Okay.
And I'm already giving you the damages halved, so don't worry about that. Hmm? Wow. I mean, that's literally as bad as you can do. All right.
I will use my last.
Your last nat 20. Okay, you got it. So there's no effect on a successful save. So you will take a grand total of, though, 32 points of damage, and that's halved from its 2 melee attacks. You rolled a lot better than it did the first round. You 3, the other pieces of wind, what do you want to do seeing one of your group missing?
Can we just kind of retcon maybe a conversation? If one of us is missing, we take the time to unwind to figure out who it is?
Sure, if that's a protocol you want to set up.
Yeah, are y'all okay with that? That we take the minute to come out of wind to see who's missing?
That would be, it does take a minute. So that's 10 rounds for Throck to figure something out.
Because I can't even cast like any kind of spells because I don't like, unless there's no components to it.
As far as us helping goes, there's nothing we can do if we don't, and if we don't, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if this goes on 10 rounds and nothing happens, then we will get to you all and what you do. Okay. So Throck, back to you. You can always, just with your movement and action, just make 2 attempts, or if you want to try something else, like taking the dodge or disengage action or something, you may try that.
I think I will try to take the disengage action
Mm-hmm.
and then just use my movement to try and get as far away as this creature as possible.
Okay. So what I'm gonna say for that is it's gonna give it disadvantage. The disengage action will give it disadvantage as it makes a check to try and keep you there. So make a check with advantage.
Okay.
It rolled a natural 1. Its first result was a 25. Second one is a natural 1. So you burst the way you came 300 feet. And you all can see this
Right.
as the first round happens. Let me just check this thing's. I mean, this thing has a fly speed of 60 feet and can like do things within 30 feet of it, but you all have avoided the Nabasu shadow demon in its domain here. Although Thrak, I'm sure it was a little closer than you would like.
Yeah, the gaseous form isn't as tangible as it was going in there.
Yeah. How many hit points do you have left?
I have 17 health.
Got it.
Yeah.
Let me just do something for science.
Uh-oh.
If you
Oh,
had
yeah,
not
yeah,
used
yeah.
that nat 20, you would have lost the form.
Ooh.
I rolled 18 damage on
Ooh.
the soul stealing effect.
Also, something we didn't really take into account. Well, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking. I was like, because if everyone else is still in gaseous form, but it would just drop.
Yeah.
But you are able to make a very large path around. There's no way in hell or the abyss that this thing can catch up with you all. So we're into hour 6. Congrats.
Back at the top.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
it's whatever order y'all want to do. This isn't my job.
Listen. Robbie clearly cursed Lowry, so I'm not.
Yeah, thanks,
not
thanks, Sarah. You're such a great guest. You like to really make
It moved,
people.
but
Oh,
I
bump it.
nat 20'd it on my Anja dice
Nice.
for the luck roll.
Okay. Nat 20. Okay. So you all are blazing through the abyss, and you feel like the direction you're now going after avoiding the Navasu is actually there's no change in elevation, but you feel as though you're going upwards, like less into the deeper parts of the abyss. Where you teleported to seemed like it was actually pretty deep in the pits of the abyss, because this thing is pretty powerful. But you now actually get the sense you're leaving the worst parts, not the worst, but part of the worst parts of the abyss.
Yeah. Okay.
And I will say, as you are just tearing through the abyss, you you all see a figure that's familiar to just a few of you all, as you see the first thing you see is a Baylor. You see this massive, huge demon with a blazing fire whip and a lightning sword. But you don't see it for long, as you see jutting through its chest is a blade flashing with divine light, as an angel in full battle armor, like a giant glowing shield and sword, runs it through, and it falls to the ground forever destroyed.
I was about to say, were we just running into what was happening between Gandalf and the Balrog? And
yeah, you basically just witnessed a celestial battle.
Nice.
And as Thrak, you fly past this thing,
Excuse me.
there just being in the presence of this powerful a being, I will say, will heal you for 27 hit points as you fly past. And if any of you are any of you still injured after the short rest?
I still have some
Yeah.
HP. Yeah.
Then if anyone still is missing HP, you heal up to 27. You also get the 27 hit HP back as you just fly past, just like extremely powerful angel and force of good. Just the ambient kind of aura of it heals you all on your journey.
Cool.
And makes the margins for if another net one is rolled maybe a little less slim. Amazing. All right. That's hour 5 or 6. What
yeah.
about hour 7 here?
All right, I'll roll this time.
Great.
Please.
There's got a 1 in it, but not a nat 1. I will say on a 12, you do notice just all of a sudden some of the larger kind of peaks in the abyss just become volcanoes, but it spits out like acid for no seeming reason, just because the like mountains in the abyss become acid volcanoes for a bit, and then after like 10 minutes they just turn back into mountains. And you think that's how all these valleys form in the abyss. But then you also see at one point one of the valleys just like a trampoline just bounces into a mountain again as you fly past. It's just all very, yeah, that's the abyss for you. And the last hour, who's gonna roll us the final d20? Sarah, do you want to roll the last one?
Oh, sure. I'm nervous.
Sarah, do you just
I
have?
mean, you'd have to roll 2 nat 1 like almost.
Don't put that out there again.
That doesn't
don't tell
happen.
me that I need to not roll.
You wouldn't. So you
If I interrupt and roll, are you gonna take
No,
that?
no. Sarah's
All right.
12.
You wouldn't take the opportunity from our guest, right? See, I told you, you're good. So as you finish the 8th hour of your journey, 2 things. First of all, all 4 of you gain a point of exhaustion because you just pushed yourselves for 8 hours without rest.
That's on your feet.
Yes. And I need another charisma save. You spend another 4 hours in the abyss. Hunghuzi, you are.
I tried to get away from it. It didn't work.
You are just
23 round.
wow.
Listen, I'm living somebody's best life down here.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I appreciate it, I suppose. There we go. Okay, great. So, can I get a D100 roll from you, Obi?
Yeah, you know what? Sure, let's do that.
There's one that I just really think would be so fitting.
Did I hit it?
It didn't.
Was that?
The
I'm sorry.
1 through 15 is being drunk keeps me sane, which is like kind of already.
Well, if that's gonna happen, like let me get up for a second and and we'll just go back to the season 1. Every time he takes a drink, that happened.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna actually. So, as you're flying Hunghuzi, roll me a d8.
All right.
That's fun. So, as you are flying, the landscape around you starts to twist, and basically it looks like the entire abyss is staring up at you, and burbling from its mouth you can see like spouts of acid trying to like hit you out of the air, and you now when you take acid damage have to roll or become frightened, as you now have a basically very intense fear of acid, as for basically an hour you feel as though an entire plane tries to kill you with acid.
Okay, and I think like as I'm gonna say like as a corollary of that, and also the fact that essentially a crippling phobia. Yeah, I'm gonna do like the net equivalent of like attempting to fly, just like more or less straight up to get out of range of just like I don't want to like
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
No, I
want to
mean,
not be
you
shot.
basically
So, yeah.
watch one of the gusts of air like zigzag for the next hour, like completely for no reason to all of your sight. But yeah, it's also the thing is, Hanguzi, no matter where you go, it's the plane that appears to be doing this to you, and there's no escape.
It's not there. I don't like it.
Oh,
Insert air panic,
yeah.
air panic.
As the hour starts to come to a close, though, the effect slowly wanes, and while it's over, it definitely I would think that that would leave a very lasting effect on me, way worse than what you and what Hanguzi
No,
has.
not. He's not. Vuzi's not okay. Like he's frankly, he is like probably. It's probably going to be like a few months before he's comfortable with spicy food again because that's got hot juice in it, and hot
Mhm.
juice. And there's a part of his brain that's the hot juice bad.
For sure.
All right.
Um, so real quick, Lowry, you wake up, you don't have a body, you're in a vast expanse of nothingness. Like it's just like darkness. And I'll say you can see like some gold pieces and maybe like some scrolls every so often drift past you.
What is the
She's gonna
weirdest?
get the zoomies.
And you realize you can zoom really fast.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm trying to think what
she's
is
just
the
she's just giggling.
yeah, what is the craziest thing in this bag? Like, the smut journal's
Lowry
gone.
becomes intimately familiar with what is
I
inside
mean,
this
well, I
bag.
mean,
You
you
pro- you
probably
probably
like.
got
Let's
that
be
thing.
legit here. You probably run into her bra. Like there is just like a moment where like you're
Like clothing and
yeah. Like
yeah.
so. I assume can we find a little nook? Like maybe roll a check to find something that's a little less exposed to
Yeah.
unpop
It's
out
just
of.
about-
Mhm.
Whoever
might be
wants
arbitrary.
to can roll me a perception check, and that will be the DC for bad things happening for my roll.
Okay.
Whoever does it.
I'm gonna say I want it to not be me specifically because perception checks and con movies don't go well.
I have a
Yeah.
+1 to my perception, so who has the highest perception I think should do this.
Have a +5.
+7.
Yeah, I think
+7.
it's Proserpina.
I think
Because Throck
Proserpina.
is a druid, but is not proficient, I don't believe, with
Mhm.
perception. So
No, I got a +3.
yeah. Well, go ahead, Proserpina.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
15.
Okay.
Mhm.
Not bad at all. So you, Proserpina, notice a cave that does not have like the effect of like something over it. Just looks like a fairly normal cave. With that being a huge asterisk of for the abyss.
Yeah. All right, I'll fly toward the cave.
Oh, look,
Yeah,
there
so-
goes one cloud going this way. Let's follow. Like, kind of, I think we're all intuitive enough to realize that it's about that
Yeah.
time.
I'm taking up the rear because like I feel like just on pure animal instinct is juking like any hypothetical
Yeah, yeah,
volcanoes
Mhm.
that might be drawing a bead on me.
for sure.
Yeah. And we take that minute to get out of the gaseous form, and I'm gonna hopefully Sarah, with your comedic zoomies, you're gonna catch on to this. Anja's gonna open up the bag for
So, Larry, you are zooming around this infinite blackness, and then you just see like a circle of light appear.
She's gonna zoom for it.
Yeah, as
Yeah, why not?
just like a shot out of a cannon, a gust of wind just flies out of the bag. And you can see the rest of your group standing around as you look at them
I think
from
now's the
above.
time to drop the spell so that she can not be gas.
If she can make a sound, she just goes, wee! She passes by everyone.
Uh-huh.
Living her best life.
Amazing.
Throck slowly changing back into Throck. But I guess the spell's over, isn't it?
Can you drop it? I think you
No,
can drop
because you waited to do this
Right.
until 3 hours in, so you technically still have 3 hours of the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'll just drop it.
Okay, so as you're like, whee! All of a sudden, whoop! You're back to your normal self, and you just like slowly drift down like the slowest elevator onto the ground.
Oh, nice.
How are you feeling?
Well rested. That was fun.
Oh my god, that was so fun! Can we do it again?
Can we?
Can you get us out of here
Please?
first?
Please?
Can you get us out of here first?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I can.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me refresh her. Long rest. Please take. Boom. Need the spell and casting.
Well,
Remind me, Lowry, what's the % chance that you go somewhere fun?
I don't
Somewhere
remember what you
spicy.
said,
It
Dad,
was a
but
1.
some...
It was a 40. It was a 40.
40% chance?
Somewhere
Okay.
spicy.
So roll a
D100.
5 or higher on a d10. Otherwise, we go to somewhere interesting instead.
Ooh.
All
All right, just a
somewhere-
reminder, sometimes the
somewhere
magic's a little spicy.
So this is part of like Andre.
Okay.
Just barely not going somewhere spicy. Man, I was gonna send you to like the last fire giant stronghold, like the middle of it. Oh well. As you all as again the like giant mushroom appears on the ground, you all step on like the little white dots on it and fall through. You again briefly pass through the ethereal plane, which only really Huzi and Anja are familiar with. And then there's that time of drifting. Lowry, a very familiar feeling in the like astral sea as you're just weightless, kind of drifting through it. And I'm gonna make a roll, see if you see anything interesting. Nope. I rolled the same thing I rolled for if the cave was gonna be safe or not, which is a 2. So nothing interesting and nothing dangerous. And then after that, you all, in a massive show of magic, you are back in the forest.
I'm going get a hotel room. Well,
What?
hold on a second.
Yeah, that
Wait,
sounds
hold
fun.
on a second. Hold on a second. How many hours were we away? 8. And then how long did it take us for that fight? It didn't take us long to do that fight. So maybe 9 hours?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is I still have 5 hours left on my mansion.
Let me actually.
Or like
Spells
4
drop
hours.
These spells drop when you cross planes.
Does it? Okay.
Is it? It's not concentration, is it?
No.
Okay.
It just it exists for 24 hours.
Yeah. Let me make sure that there's not a clause
Yeah.
about it.
I'm just doing it for hilarious sake to see if the mansion is still there to go take a nap in it. If not, a hotel room will do.
For sure.
She tired.
No, I mean, so for 5 hours of your long rest, you could sleep in the mansion, and then you'd be sleeping on the floor for the last 3.
It's fine. I think she'll just, have an alarm set. Because, of course, there's an alarm clock in the mansion of, like,
Sure.
15 minutes before, and then go to the hotel and finish. Like, that would be her.
But,
Yeah.
Huzi is like
She'll probably just
And
go to the
once
hotel.
we're like definitely back, he's gonna. I think we pop up like more or less in front of the.
Lowry, where do we pop up?
We left from right in front of the mansion, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She'd probably put him right back there.
Okay.
Okay, right in front of them. But yeah, he's gonna like think out. Wait a minute. So, how many people are still here? Divine intervention? Can we just? He's gonna like go over to Prosecutor and ask like, if divine intervention, can the sword just ban all Gith from the Underdark permanently? Is that like to protect the? Is that a thing?
I mean, it would really protect everybody. Wait,
Yeah.
but would it put them on the surface and then they would?
I mean,
I will say, Proserpina, the entire Underdark is probably, I mean, it's a divine intervention, but like there are I think
There are limits.
Yeah, I think that the entire Underdark would have some kind of loophole or some kind of weakness. But you
if I
could very
asked to protect this forest,
yes, that is 100% like a foolproof. Like that wouldn't have any kind of weaknesses.
okay.
That is your intention.
Hey, Sword. Everything that lives in the Underdark kind of gets most of its air from this forest. So could you maybe keep the Gith from hurting it, and maybe they leave the area or something?
You can feel the sword start to like vibrate with power. You can sense that either this is up to the fates if basically this sword can do this today, and that the like, kind of divine nature held within it is able to cut through this injustice, or you can sense a personal sacrifice would make it happen.
I will sacrifice. It says, okay, it's 2 combined points.
Yep, so you could do 1 and 1 if you like.
Okay. 1 Constitution and 1 Wisdom.
As Proserpina holds the blade, all the ambient noise goes quiet. You can see the blade glow brighter and brighter as Proserpina, you, with that face, your eyes and mouth just start blasting the same light out of you as just like you feel the air ripple, and for a moment you can see this section of reality crack, and the sword, the light coming off of it, rearrange the cracked pieces of the world around you. You can see a ley line. You can see the ley lines and foundation of magic and existence itself around you as a group. This sword, having shattered it with the sacrifice of Proserpina's very lifeblood, it's now shattering and rearranging the existence itself as the sword hovers and Proserpina hovers off of the ground. And there's a time where you all have to look away as essentially like a supernova level of light, a blinding, divine, glowing light spreads across this entire chamber, this entire cavern, and then Proserpina, you are on the ground. You feel like you just ran like 20 miles without stopping, and the sword kind of comes to a rest next to you. It still is magical, but you know that it now needs 30 days for either kind of divine intervention to come back.
Is it as good for you as it was for me?
There's just one more little glow.
Wow.
I'm gonna like run over. He's gonna look suspiciously at the sword and kind of like nudge it away with.
It is like burning hot. Like your boot tip like singes instantly as your boot touches it.
Yeah, he's gonna start hopping around like yelling like curses and undercut.
Did it do it? Did I do something?
Something happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did it feel like the right something?
Proserpina.
I mean, so much light, and these lines, and cracks, and then movement, and wow.
Did you see the world tree?
Oh, neither of my mothers is gonna believe this.
On just kind of having a slight nerdy moment and regretting that she did not take this. She can't wait for her turn. Like, as a wizard. Like, cannot wait for her turn.
I'm just really, really tired right now.
Yeah, we're all pretty tired, but you definitely, I will probably just dispel my mansion because, that's a lot of work to just go through and look at Lowry, and it's like, could you take us to a hotel? A place where rooms where we can sleep?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you. You're so nice.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I think you guys are nice too.
Ah.
Amazing. So yeah, I'll say you are able to easily get some mostly comfortable rooms grown here, and I will say the proprietor you see is a satyr individual who, as you walk in, Lowry, it's like stands up at attention, does like kind of a little like lip salute. Hello, yes. Can I help you in any way, ma'am?
How many rooms do you want?
Those two usually share, then 3.
3 rooms, please.
Yes, and just like throws like hands you like the 3 nice keys he has. Of course, anything for you, obviously. Is there anything else I can do for you, or
Do you think you're being extorted? Is that because I mean like that's not even.
no,
We're
no,
not
no,
even.
no,
We're not
no,
doing
no,
that.
no. I'm doing this fully of my own accord. I wanted to be very clear. I'm not under any charm or effect. This is my will and desire to assist you and your like kind of like whispers like master and in any way I possibly can, please. Yes, that is all I want to do. And if you could just pass on. Anyway,
I'll let Alessandra know. Food and drinks included, right?
of course, yes. What do you want? Anything?
Can I get an insight check? Because like Honghu, like,
Yeah.
is that who you?
Yeah, no, there is, like, I would also was about to ask, just like
Yeah,
looking
insight
back and
checks.
forth between the two of them. I'll go ahead and get this one because I could see my insight for a second. Yep, like Anja just thinks that, like
Just
he's
too
being
tired.
so nice. This is the
Yeah.
nicest man I've ever known. Like,
Honghuzi, I hate to do this to you, but you do have disadvantage because of exhaustion.
Oh, fair cop. Yeah, let me roll that die. Let me roll that dice again real quick.
Yep.
13.
But I'm gonna say that's enough that yes, Alessandra is apparently very powerful and a big deal because this person, just knowing that Lowry is associated, is kissing butt quite severely.
Yeah, and then he'll kind of lean back a little bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Does your master kill people? He says, looking at Lowry.
No. Why?
Usually, when people act like this, it's because the person they're doing it for has killed a lot of people.
Sometimes it doesn't have to be a lot. Just very, very well and pointedly executed.
Hmm.
And a message gets sent.
No, that's not what she's into. She might turn you into a tree for a couple hundred years, but that's about it. Eventually, she lets you go.
Yeah, my friend has been a birch for it's going on 250 years now.
Well, your friend shouldn't have been so sassy now, shouldn't he?
Yeah, no, he had it coming for sure.
And I mean, if he's gonna be a tree for the rest of his life, a birch is not a bad way to be. He could be like a mulberry
I guess, yeah.
or poison
I'll-
ivy.
I'll tell him that next time I see him.
You know, Throck can talk to plants. Like,
Wait, can not everyone?
no, I can't talk to plants.
No.
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 Growing up not in the Feywild must be so weird.
Yeah, material planers are quite strange.
Yeah, and you have to deal with linear time. Like I've been here
Right?
for a month, and it's actually just been a month. That's
Mm-hmm.
weird. What's wrong? Like what?
It's
Who
very
broke
lame
this?
sometimes.
Who broke this plane?
Yeah.
Listen. If you just like get really drunk, it's fine. Time loosens up.
He literally like writes on a
That's true.
notepad.
Yeah.
He writes on a notepad. Okay.
Did you say the food and drinks are free?
Yes, of course. Looking at Lowry, of course.
Point me to your kitchen.
The whole kitchen.
Do you want to cook it yourself? I don't understand.
No, just I want to go to sleep, so it's just quicker for the cook to bring it to my mouth.
Yes, of course.
He just walks into the kitchen and then he lays down with his mouth open and goes to sleep.
I just imagine he lays down like on his belly, and it's sort of like whenever I don't know
Just
if
like a hungry hippo, just like
right. I imagine
Goes in
like
and snap.
because they're not crocs, but there are some turtles that have like a little worm on their tongue that like that has prey. So I imagine he just goes to sleep and his tongue waggles like he's attracting food, like, and just don't like, my imagination is going wild today, guys. Sorry.
amazing. Yeah. So you all are able to unless you have anything you want to do before the long rest, are able to begin your long rest.
Mm-hmm.
But Lowry, you're fully rested. What do you want to get up to here?
Oh, she'll do some eating and some drinking.
Twice as
I think
fast as
she's-
normal.
I think she's gonna go find Proserpina and talk to her.
Great.
Hi. I know you're tired.
Yeah, that was wow. But what you need?
Oh, well, it's not what I need. I thought I could help you.
Okay.
I would say
What do I need?
Hung Huzi's also there if that's a problem for you, but
Yeah.
Well,
No, I'm
see-
mostly leaning on him and trying to stay awake that way.
Well, see, because I'm a hag, I kind of already know about the deal that you made, and I was wondering if I could help. If you don't want me to help, I don't have to help. I can just go, you can just tell me to fuck off and I'll just leave, but I thought I could help because you did a great thing for the forest, and I'd like to do
Why would I?
a thing for you.
Why would I tell you to fuck off? You haven't done nothing.
Okay.
You
Well,
said,
sometimes
you
people
said,
don't
Fuck
want
off, Goosey. Why would I tell you to fuck off? I'm confused.
you said deal. What happened? Was there there consequence? You got a trade?
Was there what?
Did you pay something for that?
Pay for what?
The thing you said you knew about the deal. That means it's something
Oh.
happened.
No, it's a hag thing.
Huh?
He's actually not going to roll an insight check because he currently does not believe that Lowry could trick anyone.
I mean,
Well, see, I have this item that I think might help you out a little bit, but I do still technically have to make a deal, but it could just be something really small since you already helped the forest.
Okay.
Like, maybe you could tell me another
I'm
story?
confused. So, all I know is what I got and what I gave. I don't know what happens after I'm confused.
But would the item help with that?
Yeah.
Well, you see, so you know how when people kind of bargain their soul away and they die, it becomes a big issue because they can't be brought back?
Yes.
Well, I happen to have a ring of temporal salvation on me that could circumvent at least one death.
Okay. So
What
I
do you
think we're
think?
listening. I think we're
Okay.
listening.
Okay, well, I mean, if you just want to like tell me a story or like tell some cool slam poetry or something, like I could like hand it over.
I mean, any story? I mean, does it matter? I mean, I'm not like a great storyteller or nothing.
I mean, I really like the romantic ones, but if you don't have any romantic stories, that's fine. I will take whatever you have. I just really, really like stories. And they do count as something that you are giving. So
Okay.
it doesn't really have a negative effect. It's just, some entertainment.
Okay. And I'll go with that. I'll think back because I know, in addition to what my brother had under his bed that he got in trouble for, my older sister, I would sneak into her room and read her romance novels.
Right.
Oh.
So
Can-
I will.
Can you
I will
give me a
try my
synopsis?
damnedest. Can I make an intelligence check, see how much I actually remember, or how much I'm just
Yes,
gonna bullshit randomly?
obviously. What kind of GM would I be if I didn't allow that? That'd be
All right.
ridiculous.
Can I make an intelligence check to determine if I remember this?
Oh
Sure.
God, are we making
All right.
intelligence checks? What's the
With a
fuck?
10 intelligence, please give me what Proserpina remembers from this romance novel.
Okay, so let's see. The name of it was
Oh, wait a minute. Let me remember that I have the thing. And well, again,
It was one I remember. I was 12 years old. I snuck into my sister's bedroom. She kept it under her pillow. It was right in 2/3 in where she had a page bookmark, dog ear style, and then
Okay.
another every 20 pages after that. The name of it was Her Paladin and His Succubus.
Oh.
And it was about this knight in tarnished purpley gray armor. I don't know why it wasn't shiny. Most knights have shiny armor. This guy had tarnished armor. I really remember that really, really well. He had like long black hair with streaks of orange in it. It was real interesting. And he fell in love with this demon girl. That's probably why I paid attention to this book, because maybe one day. And it and and they met on a battlefield, and it was this confrontation, like sort of what we passed in the abyss. I mean, you were in the back, so you wouldn't have seen it, but it was sort of like that. Only with their swords clashed, they got really close to each other, and they just sort of stared. And apparently, time slowed down, like apparently the satyr guy was talking about, and it got really, really weird. And and then they just then as they got yelled at by their superiors, they had to keep fighting, but it turned into this dance. And apparently it was slash slash turn slash slash turn slash slash turn. So it's kind of like one of those waltz dances that we had to learn how to do as kids when we weren't doing the quadrilateral dances in school. And so and as they danced, the rhythm, it got faster and faster, and then some wizard cast a fireball and it exploded right behind them. It pushed them off the battlefield, and eventually they hit some rocks and they forgot who they were, but they knew that they were next to each other. And then as they told each other what they thought the other person was, they started to get to know these new people, and then they fell in love with each other. And then it went on and it went on, and then before I could finish it, my sister grabbed it and smacked me over the head with it.
Lowry's like crying by the end of her story.
Oh
It's like two Lowrys, like just sobbing.
It's just a really nice story. Thank you.
Sure. Well, you're welcome.
And she'll give you a ring of temporal salvation.
Thank you.
So that's in the Roll20 chat as far as what that does.
Alrighty.
Does require attunement. I don't know how many attunement items you have at this point, but
The bow and now the sword.
All right.
Did
You're
you both take
full up.
attendance one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And after that rousing story, you all are able to get your long rest. Lowry, what do you want to do while they sleep for 8 hours?
I'm gonna go talk to trees or giant
Nice.
mushrooms.
Love it. Just roll me a general charisma check.
She's decent at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Believe in you, Lowry.
19.
Amazing. So over this whole time, all of the giant mushrooms and even the small, like all the mushrooms, just all are talking about like this newfound sense of safety. Like they feel like there's been this weird change and they just all feel like a bit safer. Also, they really compliment your outfit. They all seem really into it. And 100% are just like, yeah, they can't seem to explain what the difference is, but they just feel like protected by some other very powerful force. And most of them also are like, was that you? I feel like that was probably you. You seem really powerful and nice.
No, that wasn't me. I'm nice, but no, that wasn't me.
Okay, I don't know. Wouldn't put it past you.
I mean, maybe one day I could.
I bet you will.
Maybe.
Amazing. So yeah, you have a lot of great conversations with mushrooms. I'll say it's probably a bit of a confidence boost, I would assume, for Lowry. So go ahead and take 15 temp HP for just a great evening of conversation with plants.
You always gotta go talk to the plants when you're a druid. It's important.
That's wholesome.
Amazing. So, you all awaken from your long rest, fully rested, and one less point of exhaustion.
Yeah, so most of us are back up to 0 and good to go.
Mhm.
All right.
Long rest, so I've actually got all my hit points.
Yeah, and half your hit dice back.
Yeah, but half plus.
I think
The important part.
we'll
You almost took them all from me, Rob. Yeah.
Sure did.
All right, so out of character, Leah Table Talk, our order of operations that we were doing here was go get the sword, figure out how to save the forest, which we did. What was next? Like, we were doing something. What was the next course of action?
We were going to go grab this. Going to go back on over to the thing we are actually supposed to grab.
Okay.
Ostensibly with the idea that, like by storming the abyss, we would save time and not be screwed on our timetable.
Okay. And our timetable is even better now because the forest is protected.
Yeah, I mean, you're technically 2 out of 7 days, and they can't enter the forest. So.
And I mean, like, I'm gonna be real. Like my hard read on the general's character. Yeah, no, he'll just sit outside for the other 5 days. He is not an overtime worker here. Like whatever.
He doesn't do past his pay grade.
Yeah. He's not going to go up and beyond to figure out how to circumvent this whatever. No, that's not his problem yet.
Yeah. So we have to go get our item now. Like that's the.
That is.
The Nautilus.
The Nautilus. Yeah.
So, have we discussed the plan after?
Nope.
Getting the Nautilus?
Yeah, because once we get it, now we need to either fight the Gith to the death. No, that's it, or run. But I don't think that's an option either. So
you could. I'm just gonna say you could give it to them like you agreed.
Okay, so fight or run.
Yeah, like yeah, the shape. Like I think Yeah, let's get like back in character, I suppose. Like once everybody's kind of reconvened, relatively. We're gonna just kind of like come out with it. So all things considered, I've been thinking about it, and yeah, honestly, I feel like I think we need to scam. I think we either need to scam them out of this, out of that ship, or we need to screw them out of it. Because either way, I think she knows she's got us over a barrel, and
Yeah.
either she's going to keep extorting things out of us indefinitely, or she'll just
What if?
crush the city out of spite anyway.
What if somebody beats us to it and takes off with the ship?
Who you're thinking? How we
Well,
getting there?
we know someone who one probably kind of knows how to operate a Nautilus. Like, and I say when I say we, I mean me and Hung Hoozy. Like,
Yeah, he's gonna kind of like. Are you talking about the
yeah,
he will say it in such a way that like he's clearly referring to the distant uh player contact on the surface of one.
mm-hmm.
Is
Okay,
that what
then
is was that what you guys did? Did you just go in front of
We're
us?
talking in undercommon, so that might be what it sounds like. Because whenever
yeah,
that,
so
like, it's just like habit, I think, for the two of them, whenever they're trying to, like, work shit out, they just switch to undercommon. Just
Yeah, as
because,
they're like, well, there is that chip returning.
right. It's like when you can't figure out the words to something in English, like, if you're not a native speaker, and you just switch to the French version, like, that's how I imagine it is.
Wait, Lowry, do you speak undercommon or no?
Lowry has a helm of comprehend language. She's understanding all of it.
So
We know a mind flare. Like, that's essentially
yeah,
what
he's
you're.
gonna be like,
Yeah.
yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Actually, that's really good. We if we pass it to him, for one thing, it's out of our hands, so we don't have to think about the implications of having that. And as long as we can, and all we have to do is just sell the lie of enemy action, and not really our problem anymore. Figure as long as we get him to, we'll need to get him to do something for the city so that she can't spite us out of it anyway. But I don't know. I think I'm on board with this.
Like Anja looks actually enthused, like someone is taking her plan seriously. Like she's just spitballing here. So the question
Yeah,
is,
you,
do we have an actual timetable? They're expecting something in 7 days, regardless of them not being able to burn this, but we don't know if they have actually contacted, what's her face about it. It's like, yeah, we have a couple of days and they're supposed to have it, so she might be expecting it. So I'm just thinking, like, and as the more nervous Anja gets, the higher her octave goes. So I'm just thinking, we have to maybe come up with a plan fairly quickly. Here's the thing.
Also, just as a point of note, are we talking back in common again for?
Yeah. We're talking back
yeah,
in
because
common
I think
again.
we both agree. Like I think both of us have agreed that this is
Like
something
we
wanna do,
noticed
so.
that they were staring at us, and like, oh yeah, we should probably talk where everyone can understand us. So at the most, if this can work, I can have him here by tomorrow.
Yeah, and they're smart. Like monsters are smart, and they're real magical. So like I figure he should be able to. If he doesn't know how it runs, he should be able to figure it out. And as far as other spells go, he should be able to help out with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can might not be safe to try and like take him down with us because that could be risky if, like, maybe we wind up
Mhm.
with like a patrol and run into a patrol of Gith. That's not going to be something we. I don't favor our odds of getting out of that one without causing a problem.
Right,
But
right, right.
So, are we just going to try to keep it away from her for how long?
well, yeah, I realize now that you probably couldn't understand most of what we were saying, but basically, we there's a mind that an illithid we know on the surface, and kind of the plan is we're going to, we're gonna pawn it off on him,
So
and
he gets attacked for it. This is
pretty
what she wants, right?
yeah,
Which,
yeah. The thing is, obviously, uh, we can't possibly be working with illithids on purpose. So, we're gonna sell that as enemy action. Like, we did our part, and then they stole it. And if she wants to go get it, obviously she can. That's her problem. And we held up our end of the deal. And if she decides to screw with anyway, we know the guy. Uh, we can. We're gonna work. We're gonna make sure that he puts in for our city here, so we're not so either way we come out ahead. And yeah,
Excuse me?
yeah.
Who's this her?
Saying the name is very bad. You cannot say the name.
Oh, okay. I was a little lost.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
lean over and I'm gonna go, the Lich Queen of the Gith.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm, your mistress, mom. Her, she probably knows.
Your sensei?
She
Gotcha.
probably she could probably explain more to you about her if you're really curious.
No, I think I'm up to speed now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the plan is we're gonna screw her out of this thing and also not have to hold on to it ourselves because that feels like the kind of problem we don't need to deal with.
Hey, Action
Hello,
Sturge!
thank you so much for the raid.
Thank you
The
for
party's
the
trying to figure
raid.
out how to cheat a lich out of the thing she really, really, really wants.
Yep.
So you need to betray this person, but make it look like you didn't betray them.
Yes, and that's why we bring in the known elephant.
How unfortunate that there's someone in this room that has no tie to that person.
You sure you don't want to take that kind of risk?
It sounds like fun.
wait, isn't
Wait,
this
no,
place
no, no,
protected?
no.
This forest now, is it not protected? Does
I don't
that-
know if it's protected enough for whatever they might do to try to get at the what is the name of the thing again? It's going out of my head somehow.
Nautilus.
Yeah, Nautilus.
But if it's protected, I mean, couldn't we? I think what you're saying, Throck, is couldn't we just bring it here?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't. She almost broke the dimensions before we managed to screw that up. Are you really sure she wouldn't do it? She wouldn't just do it again if we tried to keep it here forever. I think she would, and I don't think we could stop her.
I'm worried about what she would do with it if it's so powerful.
That's exactly why we're going to screw it out of. That's exactly why we're definitely going to screw her out of it, because we can't get it.
But she won't stop.
No,
if you all were seen here at the time that, say, your acquaintance that you're planning on tipping off was actually tipped off by someone else, then there would be no suspicion on you. Right? That's how that works, right? I'm really bad at planning.
That is
Yeah,
kind
that's-
of
No, I think
how
that's
that
how that
works.
works.
That is how it
That was your
works.
Yeah, no,
Sad.
that's a solid alibi.
That's a solid alibi. Now, how do we get Lowry in contact with them?
You can. What kind of can you do? Is there some kind of way you could relay a sending?
Well, I oddly enough,
Let me see if Lowry has something.
I got some more big brain moves here.
Ooh.
So
Do you know where they currently are?
I could find where they currently are. Pretty at least someone that he travels with. Pretty well. Like, let's say, because I think it's very, very risky for all of us to be like, she's gonna think something is up if we're just all leaving the Underdark. That being said, if I and Lowry leave the Underdark, let's pretend we're doing another part of a deal, and without this deal, we can't get the Nautilus because you have a key piece of information, and part of that is going to the surface and for some reason meeting a very, very gorgeous tiefling.
I need to get a really nice present for Matilda.
Okay, so and like Honky's gonna like hold up a hand. Okay, so Anja, Paulista, tip of the trade. Whatever you're gonna do next, don't tell any of us about it.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yep. Come on, let's go have a girls' day. Sorry, Proserpina.
It's okay. Goosey and I'll do something else.
Yeah, so what are you two doing?
Like, Rob, you're following along where I'm going with, right? Especially since we're about to take a break. This might be a really good opportunity.
Spell it out for me here. What's the...
her whole thing is that she will scry to find Bliss.
Okay.
Teleport to where Bliss is, and with Lowry, and somehow work out this plan with Lowry involved with these two. Yeah. It means I have to spend at least a day out on the surface with them, but and have Lowry more or less relay the plan instead of Anja, because I can't actually be involved with that part. Yeah.
So, you scry on Bliss. Your vision flies across, but you don't hit the surface.
Okay.
You see Bliss and a masked and gloved figure in a robe with kind of a floating drift globe of light behind them, descending into a chamber. You can see what looks to be, basically it looks like a shallow pool, like one might have like outside their someone's house, but it's cracked, and whatever kind of liquid was once in it is like spilled out and dried, so it's like just like a large basin.
Okay.
You can see along the walls a myriad of broken mason work with like these strange glyphs that you don't recognize. And as you enter and the drift globe kind of illuminates the whole chamber, you can see shoved up against the wall in the same direction as the like pool has been broken,
Mm-hmm.
withered from decay with mushrooms growing over it. What looks to be a giant brain with tentacles coming out of it, with stab wounds and arcane scorch marks,
Mm-hmm.
looking to have been dead for a while,
Mm-hmm.
as Bliss and her patron look around the room.
Okay. Now that that's
They're not
happening.
just chilling on the surface.
Nope, they're
They're
not.
they're up to their own shit.
They're up to their own shenanigans.
Mhm.
And with that, I am going to head and cast Sending to Bliss.
Mhm.
So that, it's not just a surprise that I'm
Yeah.
showing up. I'd be like, "Hi, Bliss! It's Anja. You look like you're up to things. Oh, incoming! I'm about to arrive." Like,
Oh, hello, darling. Well, I suppose come on in. It's going to be an interesting visit if you're coming right now.
yep. And it sounds like a great time to do this. And I'm gonna look over at Lowry and look over at the crew, and I'll be like, "You ready?
Uh-huh.
All right. Hold my hand.
Bye, everyone. Don't forget to return to that ring.
We'll see you
That's me.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep, we'll see you tomorrow." And I'm gonna cast teleport to this location that listener patron are at.
Roll a d100, please.
Yes, sir.
This is a place you have viewed once.
Yep.
Do we end up somewhere spicy?
Do we end up somewhere spicy?
You stop giving him
Yeah.
ideas.
No, this is written in the
Never.
spell. I don't need ideas. This is just how the spell teleport works.
82.
You lucky
Mhm.
duck. Literally, only a 74 to 100
Mm-hmm.
got you there without
Yep.
any spiciness.
Yep, 82.
As this teleport goes off and Lowry and Andra step through, you appear in this subterranean place. Lowry with this massive dead brain with tendrils in this room. And you can see a gorgeous pink tiefling woman. Despite being on an adventure, still wearing like a very nice, revealing, and flattering outfit. Standing next to just a robed figure with mask and glove on,
Mm-hmm.
with like shadow kind of like filling in where even you'd be able to see bits of skin.
And with this, I'm going to link my arms. Well, first, just like, hi!
Yeah, just immediately like a big hug, like
Yes.
welcoming.
And as we're
Who's
like,
this?
yeah, as we're like hugging and I'm like very close, I'm like, just follow along with what I do, okay? Like, they're the serious in my voice.
Yeah, just like a nod.
Mm-hmm. And be like, "Hey, let's go for a walk, Bliss, so that our friends can talk," and like just lead her away.
Okay.
Like, so that Lowry can reveal the plan without incrementing myself for Bliss.
Did anyone tell Lowry where the Nautilus is?
Well, you know where the forest is, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I figured like that would be the more meaningful place. Yeah.
I think it's much better to leave him there rather than.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's leading him to the forest where we just were?
Or at least telling him the plan about what's happening.
Okay.
Well, you do what you want.
Up to you, Lowry.
You do, Lowry.
Lowry wasn't explained the full official plan. That's
Okay.
why Sarah's asking.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The plan is one to like we're about to have access to
Mhm.
a Nautilus that the Lich Queen wants, and she thinks we're gonna give it to her, but like Obi, help me here. I do not have motor functions.
Basically,
okay?
we would like him to once we've secured it and are sure of its location, like have him do whatever he needs to do, take it himself, and do with it as he will. On the single caveat that also you're gonna help us protect our city because the even the Lich Queen probably is going to screw us on her end of the deal on sheer spite. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
even if she believes our lies, she'll probably still screw us anyway.
I can't wait to hear how Lowry translates all of this too.
Me too.
Because I don't know if
Can't wait
Lowry's
to
ever
see if
met
my
an illithid.
ADHD brain remembers all of this.
If you need a reminder, that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, this figure is very tense looking. Like you can't see their face, but just like stiff as a board regarding you.
Are you okay? Would you like a snack? I can give you a mushroom. Some of them taste like strawberries.
Just like
Offer this,
slowly
guys.
shakes their head.
Okay, well, so my friend who just left, her and her other friends are going to steal a Nautilus, and the Lich Lady Queen wants it, but they don't want her to have it, and she might screw them over. So they need you to come and steal the Nautilus as soon as they get it, so that she doesn't get it, and also help them protect their city.
You see this figure walks like pretty close to you. A Nautilus?
Yes, and if anyone asks, I did betray this group. Although I really like them, so it's technically not a betrayal. It's more like helping adjacently, but you know.
See, like you can almost hear the mental calculations whirring through this figure's head.
She'll just pluck a mushroom off herself and munch on it.
Do they know where it is?
Yes. I think so. They know a general direction at least.
Good enough. Just like turns around and starts walking towards one of the walls. You can make an insight check, but it seems like they want you to follow. I suppose, yeah, we'll see how the insight checks go.
because she's not bright.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah,
It's a
they want
12.
you to follow.
Okay.
Put it at DC 10.
Oh, okay.
You see this individual put a gloved hand on the wall and nothing seems to happen. You hear like a little sigh.
Oh, do you want a little help? Here. Have a guidance.
Kind of like after you touch them, like no. But then you see take off a glove and you see this like kind of like octopus like bluish skin hand be placed on, but like kind of ends in like semi claws, kind of set onto the wall, and you see a large kind of glowing pictogram start to glow. You can see an image that is unfamiliar to you because I don't think you've ever seen the Nautilus yet. But it basically looks like a big Nautilus shell with like a bunch of tendrils coming out and a bunch of like glyphs and runes all over it for simplified description. But entering your mind from these runes, you can understand some of the security system. You understand that these things were made by the illithid, but it was generally made by some of the most powerful ones before they were to grow into an elder brain. I'm not sure if Lowry knows what that means, but that's what you get.
Sarah knows what that means.
Yeah, you do. And that the Nautilus would then take them somewhere new to start the new colony. That being said, if a Nautilus were to be left abandoned without an elder brain, the security measures will have to be disabled, as only that illithid that was connected to it could disable them. So no matter who goes in, they're gonna have to deal with the security measures. Now, there are basically a few standard measures that usually would get added upon. Firstly, you know that the Illithid are big users of bits of mutation and grafting equipment, so there generally be a small complement of indigenous humanoids, is what the message sends you, with grafted equipment onto them. There will also be a psychic barrier that will protect from divination magic, will prevent heavy psionic usage by any non-illithid creature while the barrier is up, and will prevent the Nautilus from leaving that chamber. So it basically locks it in place to pretty much anything but an illithid. But that the protective enchantments would have to be built into the chamber. It couldn't be part of Nautilus because it would then like destroy it because it's made of psionic energy partially. And then generally, there would be a couple more security measures made by the specific illithid on the Nautilus. So that's unclear what the party would have to deal with there.
That's his personal Spotify playlist. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, some people like good old fashioned pit traps. Others like, you know, psychic damage. You know, teach their own.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's gonna be a lot for them to deal with.
Like nods.
Mm. So there's this forest that they're planning to bring it back to. she'll tell them about the Myconid city. Do you think you can steal it from them there?
That I could do. I'm very familiar with our doings there, yes.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, bye.
Oh. Okay. Bye.
She'll look for the door and then try to...
After a little bit, points with like a gloved hand. A little bit of another sigh.
We're stuck here for another 8 hours.
You're able to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Just chatting it up.
I'm assuming this is a really good time to cut to the other group, but unless Lowry has something to say, yeah.
Yeah, Lowry. I figured I would let Lowry.
I did not give away any important secrets that I needed to give away.
What? We had important secrets, Lowry. Okay. Yeah, there's no important secrets to give. Anyway, this is Bliss. Like the Bliss.
And that's when we cut.
Yeah.
So you three, you're in a giant Myconid forest. What y'all up to? This is a day of downtime.
Oh, yeah, Hans does have some stuff on his mind. So yeah, like, are you two like willing to like be called again for like a partial huddle here? Is that good?
We can do a partial huddle.
After Anja leaves, Throck's gonna just kind of sit there, like kind of scratching his head. I'm still unsure about our plan.
That's part of the point. I don't know if you did a lot of crimes back where you come from, but one of the tricks, you don't have everybody know everything. That way, especially if somebody gets asked questions, it doesn't matter if you want to roll over or not, because you don't know.
I'm good at not knowing things.
Yes. But do you think that she will eventually get the ship?
the guy, the guy we're, the guy we definitely don't plan to work with. He's been able to evade their attention, basically ever since this started, and he's even able to build up, little something something for himself in that time. Figure if there's if any of them could, I think he could. He's the one who could. And if if he can't, I don't think we could do better.
I just think that if we have the sword and the ship, maybe we have enough to attack her. But
Uh, she's got armies, and unless that thing is think the massacre thinks some kind of, I guess, genocide to be selfless. I don't think it'd work.
but if she wants the ship, she won't attack it.
Yeah, well, a lot of difference between a theft can be real forceful, and who knows? Maybe she knows. Maybe she's got what she needs to repair it if it gets roughed up.
Mm. Yes. You see him like doing calculations in his head, and then not getting an answer, and just being like, yeah, yeah, that makes the most sense. Do you mind if I go and walk for a bit?
Yeah, take care of yourself, man. Just you know how to find. I figure you know how to find us if you need anything. Yeah.
And I'll be with the mushrooms.
All right.
So while Throck goes on a walk, what do you two want to do? Any like downtime activities, or are you just gonna kind of
I mean, I want to see this too.
And some of that's probably gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if y'all just
some...
chill.
Well, there's one thing I was gonna want to bring up at least. So I think at least I'm gonna need to go back to that temple. Don't know if we can make time for it before or after this, but there's there's that skeleton, the one who was moving.
Yeah, him?
Yeah, he knows something important, and
we don't have to go all the way in again, do we?
I don't even know if we all have to go in. I mean, all things considered, especially considering whose temple that is and what I swore, I imagine, long if I'm the only one who goes in, she'll probably only take maybe a pound or two of flesh, but let me do what I will.
If you're gonna do that, give me some time before you go so I can make sure I can stock you up with as many anti-venoms and healing potions as I can.
Sure. Yeah.
You gotta come out again, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be able to survive, and all things considered.
Oh, and I don't know if you heard me when you were a mouse, but Mother thinks you're dead, so.
So that's how it works. So that's how she did it.
Guess so.
Now that'll get complicated later.
Probably. I mean, do you want me to tell her? Or do you want me to just let you surprise her?
No, She doesn't. She doesn't need to. If if he asks you questions about it, you don't have to. I don't expect you to lie for me. She, she
I
probably
mean, Goosey, you've seen me lie.
that's that's part of why I said it. It'd cause more trouble if you did.
I know, and she knows I'm not good at lying either. So, but just letting you know, she thinks you're kind of dead. She didn't
You know,
sound concerned
he's
for you,
gonna
but
like you saw him like he almost like opened his mouth and when you said he was like he seems like disappointed but not surprised. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. I mean, I could still ask her how much butter she wanted for you, but you know, hypothetically.
I don't think I want to hear the answer to that question. I don't think I'd like it. I mean, if you want to ask her, you can, but don't.
No, I mean, I was gonna give her your weight in butter sticks.
You could probably go lower. If we're being honest, I don't know. I feel like I feel like I could probably tell you to go lower. I don't. It's not a good boyfriend thing to let you give up a lot of butter to me.
Well, you know, I mean, I come from a farm. I know how to churn butter.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
I just love that butter has become a fucking meme on this, but it's also used in like the most adorable way possible.
Yeah.
No.
Wasn't that little guy on your shoulder? Still something? Like an imp?
Oh, Geraldine?
Hey, what's is that?
What?
Oh, you're still here.
Yeah, and if I knew y'all were going to the abyss, I wouldn't have stuck around. Well, warning next time.
I mean, you were so
Yeesh.
quiet. I thought you kind of left me.
I'm just invisible.
How come nothing killed you?
What?
Because I don't take people don't hit me a lot. They stay on my shoulder.
You know where okay, I'm gonna ask that question after. Did Honghuzi like ever learn that he is an amnesiac imp? Like, is that a thing he was made aware of?
Yeah, I think all the conversations have been allowed with Geraldine, so I think yes.
Okay. Do you remember things yet? Anything?
Yeah, that you all are kind of dicks because he took me to the abyss. You have any idea how dangerous that is for a devil?
You didn't even object.
You know.
Well, it just kind of happened. I was napping on a shoulder, and then I was in the abyss.
Did he also get turned into gas? Like, what? Like, okay.
I can do it up to 10 creatures.
Okay, hopefully we don't have to go back there. I can promise you that, Geraldine. I don't want to go back there if we don't have to.
Are you willing to sign your name in blood to that promise?
No, not really.
Damn it. Why does that never work?
Because, I know what my mother did, and, no. Anyway, so, since you're always on my shoulder, does that mean you watch?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah, and like as weird as it just said, like this actually doesn't bother Honghuzi much either. Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, I'm gonna go back to not talking. I prefer just sleeping on your shoulder now.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Good talk, though. Good talk, champ. Feel like an invisible pat on your cheek. Amazing.
After we finish talking, I do want to spend some time making some healing potions and antivenoms.
Great. Honghuzi, any downtime thing you want to do?
I'll probably I'll do it on the cheat later, but he's gonna switch. There is a constellation for insane bonuses, and that feels like a prudent thing to do before going into a mind flayer thing.
Great.
Yeah, perhaps. So
Love
he's gonna
it.
do that.
Amazing. Great. We're gonna cut back here with a bit of a time skip. We can say you all can do a little bit of exploring with Bliss and her patron of this former Illithid colony. Not much of value is found to you all, but the patron spends a lot of time reading all of these glyphs and highlighting them and taking like copious notes. And so I'm gonna say Anja, you recognize like being written in Undercommon in a cipher with a key.
I'm gonna.
I respect that.
Like basically each letter has like there's like a key
Yeah.
to figure out what letter it is, and you can already tell that even when you use the key and figure out the key, it's still in then another cipher.
Okay. Okay. I was thinking key in a more literal sense.
No.
Okay. I was like, is my key have something? Is the
No.
hole here? Is the hole
No.
here for this key?
Roll me a
What?
d20. Roll me a d20.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay. Roll a d20. It's an 18.
Okay.
Was
I will
he
say,
gonna find the door on a nat 20?
The
Was he gonna
key,
find it?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's close. That's not right.
The key made a
Are you
sound?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull the key out of my bag and be like, you fucking talk?
As Larry, you see like a key made out of like little bits of chitin, with the kind of squirming a little bit.
Oh, is that a pet?
Yeah, I guess so.
No.
It's a mimic.
Oh, it's very small.
No.
Yeah, it has a hole it needs.
Normal talking key.
It has a hole it needs to go into before it unkeys
Yeah.
itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. When it unkeys itself, what does it become?
I tried to I tried to move it to the other hand, but because I know that it's a mimic, the slime and the stick just kind of like ugh. Okay.
Yep.
Why do you have
Maybe it'll
to?
be a door or a curtain.
Curtains have.
Could be a bed.
What? Actually, can I get out my wand and cast Identify and see if because I actually should have rolled the recharge, but
it's okay. You have multiple uses.
Yeah. And cast Identify on this key. Maybe it gives me some sort of clue as to it identifies maybe the kind of hole it's supposed to go into.
Well, you can tell that there's been a psionic not a curse, because it's not a curse, but it's a psionic effect.
Yeah.
Making it so this mimic cannot grow or change shape until it has unlocked a certain lock.
Okay. So you can't give me any clues as to what you belong. I can't help you.
I don't know. He's like shaking up and down.
I'm gonna take the flap of my bag of holding and wrap it around the key to pry it off so that it's just on top of the bag.
And you see it just kind of inchworm its way into your bag.
Okay. I have to look how another spell works on.
Okay.
Because I have locate object too, I think. I just need to see the details. on it.
Yeah.
It's within 1,000 feet, but you know what? We're gonna try our luck. No. Okay. I do have locate object on here, but I have to describe or name an object that is familiar to me. Can we do this in a similar way that we were doing, like the D100 with teleport? Like, just kind of rework it, like, and do it with my own magic to rework it well. If I cast it and I describe the keyhole shaped like this key that goes into it. If it's within 1,000 feet, I might find it. Yeah. It doesn't cost me any actual, like, slots, so it's like, let's just give it a shot.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Am I allowed to drop a guidance on my friend before she rolls?
Yes. Add a D4 to your D100 roll.
I like
100%.
it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
I'm just trying to be helpful.
Okay. So, I rolled a 93 plus 4. So that is a 97. I was like, I was like freaking out for a second because I was like, is this gonna get me to 100? But that's what I rolled, a 97. Let's just see what Rob comes up with. I'm so excited.
Yeah. You get down.
We get down? Down. I look down. What's... Excuse me! I'm gonna, like, motion to our caped friend. What's below us?
More of the colony.
Is there...
Inner sanctums.
Is there something with a keyhole down
there? Many things.
Do you mind? I think this key needs to go into one of your holes.
I dislike that.
I wish not do that. So good.
But the whole point of this is to explore. If you think you have the means to unlock what might be untouched, lead the way.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use like find a stairway and start going down.
Yeah, just follow your locate object. Yeah.
Like I got my wand and I imagine it's like a metal detector. Boop, 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 boop. Up this way. Boop, boop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah. So you follow and you enter a strange room filled with kind of these like mixture of organic and artificial like pods filled with like different liquids. You can see a couple like I'll say they're probably Duragar still suspended in there. Ooh. You can also see though what looks to be very different from ones you've seen, but basically a artificer's station.
Okay.
And you're getting the artificer station.
I go to the artificial station and I hold my wand and I look for a keyhole. I look for a hole.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. I'll
say with advantage because you have locate object.
Yeah, let's do this. I'm just gonna pull up my actual character sheet and roll it. My eyes kind of focused a little bit thanks to my meds. Investigation with advantage, a 19.
You're starting to get a little bit more familiar with illithid runic structures, and you notice one of the very common patterns that you've noticed being an intelligent wizard on this station that is wrong. Like it's not got part of the glyph that all the other places have had.
I'm gonna wave down our illithid friend Do you think you can fix this?
Wait, keep?
I mean, you don't know, technically. I think, though, Bliss did refer to him as a he.
Yeah.
So you see they will approach and just kind of wave their gloved hand over it, and you see the glyph like falls away like a glass cover to something, and you see a keyhole.
I open up my flap and unstick the mimic. It's like, we found it, buddy. And I'm gonna insert my key into this hole.
There's like a huge release of pressure as the entire artificer table unfolds, and you can see a multitude of different items. So you see a large kite shield with what looks to be some humanoid's eye with like a dome over it that enlarges it, so it takes up like a buckler-sized portion of the shield.
Okay.
You see a blade, curved and jagged, with wisps of purple magic swirling around it. You see an amulet. You see a pair of boots with what looks to be carapace-like enhancements on it.
Like a turtle? Or a beetle?
No, like underdark creepy crawlies.
Okay.
Implanted into
like beetle stuff.
Hide of the boots.
Yeah. Okay. That's it?
And that's everything you recognize. You see Bliss's patron picks up a like strange illithid device that has an awareness to you, and will just say to you, or we'll say to the three of you non-illithid spoilers, this is the particular creator's memory logs. I will be taking this as I'm the only one who can access them.
Do you mind? And I point to all of the stuff.
Kind of like regards it all for a moment. None of it's what we're here for.
Okay, Anja, now that she apparently has a bag of holding, guess what's going in? The only thing she might have trouble with is the kite shield with the eye, but she might just carry that.
I'll say it can fit in.
Okay, cool. I'm just typing these in for us to remember for later.
Yeah, no worries. And so, other than that, that is kind of the majority of the exploring you all can get done. Unfortunately, the Githyanki did a very thorough job.
Yeah. But they didn't have this key.
Yeah. Lowry, as you all drift off to sleep, you briefly find yourself back in the astral plane, which means that you're about to have a meeting with your boss in your dream. This always happens before she kind of calls you in for a dream meeting. And you stand in kind of a shimmering void, no real details in it, with Alessandra, your hag boss.
Oh, hey, boss.
Hey! So, how'd the whole go?
Well, we got the thingy that they needed, and we got back. At one point, someone turned me into gas, I think, and then stuffed me in a bag. But it was a lot at once. Yes.
Yeah, totally. It is. It's a ride. Yeah. Are you sticking around, or are you coming back? What's the plan?
Well, I mean, there's this really cute mushroom girl that I was going to go spend time with. So I was going to go back for a little bit, but I mean, I could come back if you need me to come back. I can also do that.
If you come back, I will just teleport you right back to that cute girl. You kidding me? No way.
She's really nice. Her name's Matilda. She has a beautiful beard. She's a dwarf.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Oh, I know. I could go get her and then I could bring her with me.
Yeah, I'd love you. Come visit me anytime. You know I'd love to have you.
Okay.
Great. Now, did you happen to pass along that item I gave you?
I did.
Okay. Great. My guess is, at some point, this group's gonna wanna get back at her. Like, don't even want to say her name. For everything she did to them. So, if you could pass along that when they do that, I can't, I can't actually directly confront her. Breaks a lot of Fey rules, a lot of faux pas. But when they're ready, I'd love to give some tips, maybe a couple useful items, because I would see that as a very, very big favor to me if they were able to actually beat that awful, awful hag.
I will definitely pass that along. We cannot interfere directly, but we can work adjacently.
Exactly. I taught you so well. You're such a good learner. I mean, it took you maybe a little longer than other people, but like it was worth the wait. Also, wait.
Thanks.
Do you have 2 heads?
Yes.
Do you want to have 2 heads?
Not really.
Okay.
And your head look kind of offended about that.
I like that we had this whole conversation before my boss notices.
And as you stand there, you can feel your second hand kind of sink back into your body.
Bye.
Bye. The brain we share. Okay. Great. Well, you've done really, really good work. And I'm super excited to see what you do next. Just wanted to check in because I think this group's going to be one to keep our eyes on.
Oh, yeah, they're really smart. They're really good at working together. They're going to do great things.
Wow. I can't wait. Well, I'll let you get back to dreaming, but thanks so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye. And we are going to cut over to Frock walking through the fungal forest. As you kind of take in the nature, I feel like it's unfamiliar to Throck, but would you find it calming or soothing in any way walking through all this nature?
Very much so, since he just came from the abyss. And things aren't melting or shifting. It's just calm, peaceful forest. He's probably going to find somewhere pretty shady to kind of hang out for a bit.
Yeah. As you kind of have this sereneness pass over you, you hear in your head, "Hey, love, how you doing?" So Cerberus enters your mind again.
Hello. I was waiting to hear from you.
Yeah, well, you kind of went military incognito for me. Do not mess with this, love, for me personally. So, yeah, I've been meaning to chat. How you holding up? Those demons are right nasty pricks.
Yeah. We have a powerful weapon now, which is good. And we're able to protect the mushrooms. I just feel, well, I wanted to ask, how much longer do we have to walk along her path?
That's a complicated question. You know, it's kind of up to you folk. Seems, from what I gathered, that you're trying to figure out a way to split ways. Yeah?
I want her removed from this plane and all others.
Ooh, that's a big ask, for sure. Do you know what a lich is, love?
Mm, dead, but not.
Okay. You know, that's not gonna lie, that's better than I thought you'd have. A little bit. So, the problem with liches, so most everything has a soul, we'll call it. That's the easiest word to use. And you folk, no matter where you die, your soul kind of leaves. For me, if I was on, well, I'm complicated. I'm pretty powerful. Look, one of my friends, one of my weaker friends, if they died where you are, their soul would just come back to me because we're different, you know. So different things, their souls kind of go where they want, kind of connected to different places, I suppose. Liches are people like you who break that connection, make it so their soul's not tethered to the mortality that whole plane kind of brings with it. Right, nasty thing. I never got why some of the demons and devils want to really get on there. I mean, everything that's there just is mortal. Like you can't really stay immortal over there without cheating somehow. It's annoying as all heck. But the problem is, you go up to the astral plane, knock her about. It's not going to do much of because basically doesn't have a soul. Took that out of her, put it in soul stone, and unless you can find that, destroy her, then destroy that. Which at this point, who knows how many protections she's got around it? It ain't gonna matter how many times you kill her. She'll just come back. Complicated stuff.
Yes, it is. But if we knew where her soul is, we could kill her.
Yeah, but good luck with that one. Not gonna be an easy one. But a little more short term, what I wanted to bring up is I think it would be a great idea to do what you're planning doing split ways with this whole nasty lich business. Because don't really put too much pressure on you, but the dragon and your swamp friends, it's not gonna hold forever. If you've got some time, gather some strength and allies, what you can, but the sooner the better, love. Really, really can't have that nasty thing breaking my barrier. So if I'm not too active, I'm really focusing on keeping my duty task kept up to date.
My task is to make sure that you can continue keeping your task going.
Yeah, I just... Full honesty, our thing is, I may have this position because of my task, right? Wasn't particularly powerful beforehand, yeah? So, just gonna put it out there. We're pretty linked. If the dragon does what he's trying to do, and I therefore fail my task, I don't exist anymore. I'm dead. Forever. So, no pressure. Don't overthink it, but don't underthink it. I'm giving you everything I've got, and good luck. And you feel the connection break, and that's where we'll end this episode of Revenge of the Gith.
Ooh. Okay,
Ooh.
everyone. Thank you so much for coming and showing up. That was, in fact, a great time. Hello, Matt Hugging. That was a great time as always. The intensity of like that first half of the session where we're like, how are we getting out of the abyss and all the big brain moves, just like, yep, D&D's fucking weird. Speaking of more
I'm gonna
weird,
probably hate that precedent I just set for myself, but we'll see.
as far as D&D goes and the rest of the channel goes, you can catch us again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the finale of the World of Ashenfell, which is another 5e campaign GM'd by my lovely friend Jen. On Thursday evening, we are taking a break from Churn and Burn. We have 2 cast members who are not feeling great, and our GM also could kind of use a day off because he hasn't had one because I forced him to play D&D today. On Friday, you can join us for Lancer, which I'll let someone else talk about that a little bit more later. And then on Saturday, you can join us for Dragon Age. Otherwise, if you just love my face, you can also catch me on Mondays at Weave the Tale as I play the Great American Witch. And then right back here on Wednesdays. We are taking a break next week from this game, however. So we will be back in 2 weeks with this game, but we will still have our Wednesday morning game next week. So that's me. That's what's going on here. Everyone else going in the opposite direction. Where can we find you in the next couple of weeks?
Oh man! So if it's me, your Obi, your Obadiah, your Johnson Dyson on Twitter, perhaps even on Twitch at twitch.tv/Nowie. If it's me you're looking for, the easiest, greatest place to find me is actually gonna be here on Fridays at 1 p.m. for Lancer, where I will be the Mech Master for the Shades of Tartarus, who are currently mopping up question mark the little massive gang war that they may or may not have escalated.
It's Sarah.
All right, let me unmute myself. It's important on the internet. Hi guys, I'm Sarah, your friendly neighborhood hype goblin. You can find me on Twitch and all the other social medias under @thehypegoblin. Over on my Twitch channel, I raise money for the Trevor Project continuously. And I play a variety of video games with my friends, which tomorrow is a video game day, so I don't know what we're playing, but it'll be something with my squad. On starting this Saturday, our new Masks A New Generation campaign starts at 5:30 p.m. EST. On Sunday mornings, you can catch us playing a D&D 5e homebrew campaign where we rewrite some of the rules that we think are a little bit icky in D&D. And that starts at 10 a.m. EST. And then on Sunday nights, it's my back-to-back day. At 8 p.m. EST, I'm over on LB Hackamup's channel playing a character who's even dumber than Lowry.
We love it. We love it.
Yep.
We stand low in
That's
this
it.
house.
That's me.
You're muted,
Yeah,
Robin.
Robin.
Well, given how my voice is giving out after a day of teaching, it's
Fair.
fitting. But no, you can find me next Thursday, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, back on Gruber McEvil's Twitch channel, DMing our 5e game, Scales of Eternity. They've had their fun at a festival. Now I get to have mine.
Awesome. I love
And
it.
beyond that, all over social media as Robin_Shadle. Things have calmed down now that the book is launched, but my first novel, Liam's Doom, is out into the world. Early reviews I've been seeing and early feedback I've been getting from people are positive, which is humbling and exciting. But yeah, that's where I am. You can find me talking about that and everything else all over social media. And next week, grading midterms.
Hi everyone, I'm Montana. You can find me at MontanaWhat on Instagram and at MontanaWhat2 on Twitter. I'm nothing on Twitch right now, but I have been thinking about my goo recipe, and I imagine there's going to be some sort of sugary thing, maybe add some cheese to that. It's going to be It's gonna be gooey. You can find that at Temptation Chef on Instagram.
Great. And then it's me. Yeah, I don't know why I all of a sudden don't remember how the outros work. Hello, everyone. I'm Robbie Rolling. I was your GM for the evening. Always have a great time here. So if you can't get enough of me, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at Rob B. Rolling. I'll be eventually getting that Twitch a bit more active, all that good stuff. You can also find me, as of course, as part of the Not Quite Heroes podcast. We're a Quest and D&D 5e actual play podcast with some new things coming out I've been very involved in and having a lot of fun with as well. Tomorrow evening at 8 Central Time, 9 Eastern Time, you can find me at twitch.tv/rfchaos, roll for chaos. A good friend, Ty Evenstar, who is a guest on this show very much, starting a brand new game of his game, Aether and Steamworks. I'll be in it. The whole cast will be, almost the entire cast is cosplaying. It's going to be an amazing game, ton of fun as we be mostly criminals on like a swamp planet. So come check us out, give us a follow, and check out the stream. It'll be a great time. That's me.
All right, and with that, my friends, we are gonna go say hello over to the channel Dork Tales. We're also playing some Dungeons and Dragons. So with that, everybody, wave. We're leaving. We love you. You're wonderful.